Hi, it's Xenia with a totally different kind of stream. Today I'm doing a video on post-propaganda, which is a genre. And I call the video Brave New World, Marvel and the World of Post-Propaganda. Mm, I will be talking about the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you didn't watch any of these movies or series or stuff, doesn't matter. Does matter for the fun of making the connections, but for understanding the concept of post-propaganda, you don't have to watch any of this. I will touch on Call of Duty, which is, I think, should be made by a different creator who actually played through all this, but I think these two are the best examples for the genre of post-propaganda. The older one would be Walt Disney Studios. That is the kind of base of how post-propaganda was developed and made. I want to say that everything I say in this video is based on research, which I will not tell. There will not be any citations, and you shouldn't take this as something that is not art, because it's actually art. So here we go. Watching the last creation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Captain America Brave New World, I was amazed by how blunt the US American military funded studio creates movies that are not even trying to hide the obscenity of their message. It is a case for the maybe not known but should be well known character Captain Obvious, who is the hero of our story. Because the joke about post propaganda compared to propaganda is that propaganda tries to take a message and create something which will show the message, but use some kind of, how to put it, stereotypical imagery to create a certain effect. Maybe if you remember socialist propaganda, like from the USSR. Sorry, I'm a German person. I'm very sorry for that. Yeah. Yeah, but the propaganda nowadays works differently, and I would try to give some examples of how the Marvel movies, and especially the last release, Captain America: Brave New World, will just show US American strategy without any intention to hide it. It will just rub it in your face and hide it in the obvious. That is the strategy used by post propaganda, which is actually kind of a psychoanalytical tool which was promoted by the French psychoanalytical guy Jacques Lacan, who, referring Edgar Allan Poe's writing, The Missing Letter, I suppose, or The Hidden Letter, or The Verschwunden, I don't know, I know in German. I read it when having a phase of reading stuff like Slavoj Žižek. So, and then I read Jacques Lacan, and so this is about this. And this goes to Edgar Allan Poe, who is one of the lovely, sexist, misogynist, femicide-loving jerk. Yeah. So much maybe for the biographical assumptions. And if you want to understand what the hiding in the obvious is, you can read the countercultural equivalent to the patriarchal version, which I'm telling you now, which is post-propaganda. And if you want to read the opposite side of the spectrum, you go to Legacy Russell's glitch theory. That's the uh, revolutionary version of what I will now show as an ideological version of dealing with the obvious. So, to the movie. There is a black guy, he's Captain America. And there is a Hispanic guy who is his best friend. He's also from the military. Why not? Everybody should be from the military. So these two guys, they save the world. That's basically the movie. But this time they save it from itself, in itself, as itself, in the brave new world we're living in. So they have to be really heroic, like amazingly heroic. Only US American soldiers can do that. You can see this in the opening pieces to the Marvel Cinematic Universe by Catherine Bigelow, Black Hawk Down, and The Hurt Locker. If you want to see the same actors that later do the same work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you can start with The Hurt Locker, which shows Captain America and Hawkeye uh, being US American soldiers in Iraq and pissing on everybody's grave and getting cheered up by Iraqi boys for it. So if you want to watch the more obscene version, like because it's even more, it's not science fiction. So that's why I wouldn't really call it post propaganda in the narrower sense, but in the wider sense, it is kind of the opening piece to what the Marvel universe, Cinematic Universe. I will now call it MCU. Just say MCU from now on. The MCU starts to put it in science fiction, following like ideas by black feminist writers like Octavia Butler or Ursula Le Guin, or some people like that. So it's not a black feminist writer, yeah, I know. And so science fiction gives you the option to write a story in which you are the hero. And so, because the USA is not the hero, obviously, so there can only be science fiction where the US is the hero. In the Cold War movies, you could just use blunt force and show how you kill Afghani people or Russians. And killing Russians is still somehow a very interesting genre in American pop culture. US American. I will say American, just maybe sometimes. And you can say, yeah, that's wrong. You should say Turtle Island. And I agree. But I think in this colonially inspired imperialist rendition of what the clowns in Washington and elsewhere call America, I would call it America, like they do, like the Gulf of America. They are America. Like, so, yes, I know it's not discovered by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart or Puccini. It's the creation of Elizabeth I, who slept with the Habsburg king of Digeldom. And he joined the sensible party, but then became a nightmare prince of Persia. So if you want to watch any of these movies, you will miss it, and then you will miss the cruise guy, and it's impossible to miss Tom Holland as Spider-Man, for example, in the MCU. Mm. Beyond the Silver Lake lies not the answer that a white man created the world, but like always, they colonized the world and took everything. That's how they did it. And this is US American pop culture. Again, you can go to Legacy Russell's work. In this case, it's Black Meme, and it tells the story of how they used blackness as a meme. And if Elon is meme now, that's why he is a SS man. That's the point. So yeah, now we got the arty part clear. It's about art, not insult. It's not about provocation, not even polemics. It's just a rant by some weirded out person, some not serious, non academic, slightly preposterous, whatever person from German land. So, if you dare to listen, you will now get Xenia's take on post propaganda. Yeah, here we are, second chapter. I ring it with a bell. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chapter 2, chapter 2. Yeah, here we are with chapter 2, 2, chapter 2, 2, 2, chapter 2 of this wonderful, exciting, adventurous video about post propaganda. It's very good. You know it, so you have to listen. Listen up. Yes. So if you are ready, you can really do it. So here we are with the second part of our many-part video, which shows the structure of post propaganda. And it's really important. So I will smoke a cigarette while talking about it because it's so important. And you cannot not miss it because it's important. You should really love it because it is important, 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 important. It is so important, important. Yeah, so here we are with me showing myself on a screen and you can see me seeing me. And now you know who I am. You see it in the picture. You see that I am the framed angel of disguise, and so you can never see me. So I will not be coveted up in this situation. I will be obvious. Like I said, it's all about being obvious. And I'm not only obvious, I am the reincarnation of Caroline Obvious, the brother of Caroline Oppenheimer and sister of Marcellus Wallace. You know her? You shouldn't. But you watch too many animal movies. And so we're going to talk about the MCU. So the MCU is a very good production by the very good national people of the United States. And they made a wonderful science fiction epic series. And we're not talking about the comics here, and we're not talking about all the backstories and everything. No, we're talking about only the part where the US military created parts, but always the most important parts. If you go to the escape of post propaganda, it's never about controlling like every kind of scene because who cares? That's never been the deal of doing post propaganda. It's always hiding it in the obvious, so you think it's neglectable because you think it's just too obvious, or sometimes for the more expert metacritical person, you can watch movies and wonder why some stuff is always in some frames and it doesn't make any sense, but there are always these objects in frames, which maybe some producer needed to be in the movie or some building or some found footage. I don't know, that's just in between cuts. But this is for those the world will find to be not able to do any kind of video. So what I am, so here I go. Amazingly, the new movie shows President Donald J. Trump as Harrison Ford playing the Red Hulk. This is a very amazing plot. I think it's very well done. I really enjoy it because who else could play President Trump as a military general being the Red Hulk? Like, it's such a great storyline. And we have the Vice President, Jimmy Dick Worm Vance, performing in this movie as the Winter Soldier, which is a superhuman character who, even in one scene, to make it very clear and obvious, says to Captain America, the black savior of the United States, I have to go to a fundraiser but it's really boring. And before Captain America says to JD Vance, because that's the cliche of JD Vance, he cannot talk. So he says, "Did you?" Yeah, he gives kind of a speech to the Black Captain America, and then says, "Yeah." Then the Captain America says, "Hey, did you write that? That sounded so good." And he said, "No, I got some advice on it." And they go, because the Winter Soldier, he's not like Cicero. He's not a rhetoric guy. No, he's the Dark Lord of Control. And we even got even more weird White House characters performing in this movie. There's this one guy, uh, ghoulish figure called Steven Super Nazi Miller. He's the he could be straight out of Shoah, on the ramp of Auschwitz performing his duty. He will surpass Schindler's List and kill them anyways. He is the real deal, a good German, and even though maybe not German, but it's a German of honor, I would say. Like it's really that's what Germany wants and needs, like people who will just kill all the not white people because introduce. That's really good because in the end nobody is white, but there's some people who have the money and will tell anyone who is also white. It's in the end it's capitalism again. It's a capitalist, racist capitalist, racist patriarchies, blah 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 blah, and in the end it's rich people. So this goes out to the Marxist, beziehungsweise relation-wise, the communist crowd. Yeah, it's true. In the end, it's about, I don't know, those who own the means of reproduction of the digitally based world economic system. Yeah, they will recreate the economic system to their favor every instant, any time. So yeah, sure, they will win because there is access to it and you can work the numbers. So yeah, in the end, because it's numbers, sure, those who can access the numbers will do the numbers. And if a lot of war is needed for that, that doesn't really matter because those who do the numbers, they won't be affected. They already got contingency plans. So back to the wonderful movie, we got Stephen Miller playing a woman, and this woman is a super warrior. Like if you see Stephen Miller, you think, oh wow, this man is karate, chak chak chak, bam bam. And so they, in their own kind of storytelling, they put Stephen Miller as the new Russian superwoman agent that was played by a blonde before. I don't know, remember her name. But yeah, it was really good. And the movie was really amazing. It had so many great story parts, you couldn't believe it. You should watch it. It's really so good. It's just the best movie they ever made, I think. It's amazing. I like I said, you cannot even. It's so good. Every part of the story is just incredibly good, and this is what good post propaganda movies should be, like really good. Like that, you have no clue that it's just kind of a hey people, maybe we can brainwash or gaslight, how they call it today, you in a version of history which could be true, and then that's okay. That's all that post propaganda needs to get, because it's not about convincing anyone that anything is true, propaganda, but just convincing everyone that something else could be true. And that's the main difference between propaganda and post propaganda, because propaganda was based in a world where there was actually kind of a competition of systems, but post propaganda is not. It's based in a world where the capitalist system rules everything. So there's no need to do some advertisement for military interventions, war, US, Germany stuff. No, it's okay. You can you just confuse. No, you don't even confuse. You just show some kind of version, and then you say, oh, maybe. So that's the whole point of the modern post-propaganda based conspiracy series, especially QAnon, which is the best. Like it's the best one. It's amazing. It's never about truth, but it's always about there could be something, there could be another truth, and if you put out a lot of truthies, then you can have a truce with your own people, and the proletariat will be silent. So that's a very good strategy. And so, yeah, this is how they made the wonderful movie Brave New World. What a title! Captain America 4000. the Incredible Savior and the Incredible Hulk, and everyone is incredible. It's just incredible. Like the Hispanic guy is flying through planes with his fist, and they are all normal humans. Like it's not superhumans anymore. No, 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 no. And you have to know in the previous Marvel universe, they needed to be heroes. But as I said, the two guys from the Catherine Bigelow movie Hurt Locker, they were normal people always. They're just U.S. soldiers. They really U.S. soldiers. So the characters of Hawkeye and Black Captain America introduced in the Hurt Locker become the super American super soldiers. It is that the bow and arrow guy retired to his family after the Russian person. I don't remember her name. What did she? She made other movies like Lost in Translation, Scarlet. I don't remember. So yeah, you have to see that the whole. Oh no, the Babylon. No, like the what the Russians. The others, the outsiders, the people, the non U.S. citizens, non white, non WASP, the non Nazi rich, not Elon Musk. I don't know. It's like those people who will not leave to Mars, far distant X space. They will pronounce everything in German, and then the ship will sink or swim or take your bucket to the fountain until it breaks, and then just enjoy your funny story. So, if that was a piece of post propaganda, would you recognize it? Is there a way of analyzing media for post propaganda content? Hmm, Probably. Yeah, there is, because if you have something which is, I don't know, is there a way? Does post propaganda need to have any specific features to be post propaganda? No, it is a discursive, like it's a relational feature of the product which makes it post propaganda. It doesn't have to have any specific content, it can be anything. It could look like anything, it has no certain aesthetic. It's very improbable that it's like very formalistic and abstract, but if it's really cool and abstract, it could be. So you never know. So it's really not about there's no way of analyzing it, because post propaganda is not based in convincing your mind to believe anything. Like propaganda, again, the definition. No? Propaganda is designed to kind of convince you of something. Well, propaganda is just to deconvince you from anything. That's so. It could be anything. It could be on your Instagram. It could be on your Facebook. It could be, if you're even older, in your newspaper. And if you're even older, it's maybe in your carpet. You don't know. It could be everywhere, because if you just get convinced that it's something, is it in your carpet really? No, it's not in my carpet. So no, the carpet is very nice, and it's not post propaganda at all. So yeah, just look at the carpet. Oh, I love the carpet. So yeah, back to Brave New World and the wonderful storytelling which they did in a fascinabulous rendition of horse shit in the brain. So yeah, they really know how to do that, and so they not only have the black normal soldier, super normal, who can like fly and fight the Red Hulk with his pure fist. No, no, no. He can do everything. And like I said, they have the woman super soldier, Stephen Miller, JD Vance. If you don't know these people, don't Google them. Forget about them. They're just in the movie. And if you want to watch the movie, forget about it. You rather not. So if you watch it, yeah, do it. Now, okay, you did it right. Welcome back to post propaganda and the quite like unnerving tempo Xenia is presenting this in. So, do you want to still hear it? Yes, you want to hear it. So, I want to get it to you. I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you. Yo, you watch the movie, so I don't need to tell you the story. It's very obvious. There is the Martin Luther King impersonator, and he is in prison because he wants to kill the white supremacist, but it's a bad idea because he's really mind controlled by Elon Musk, the super alien AI generated species who is all the time. Is it a good guy? Is it the bad guy? So you never know. It's a good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. Is a good, bad, good, bad, good, good. You don't know. Could be Pete Buttigieg. Who knows? So you forget about all this. You say who is who, and then Donald Trump. He's really. I mean, Red Hulk Skull. I mean, Red Skull Harrison. I mean, Harrison Indiana Jones Ford. He goes to the Holy Christmas and then displays his. No, it's not the story. in reality, which is not the movie, but the movie in its reality shows instead how the poor Mr. Donald President, Red Hawk, Skull, Terrorizer, Phantom Menace, Batman, ghoulish creature, chemo face, death pounding, heartbreak guy is eating himself. No, it's not happening. He's just very angry because, for sure, he is very angry because he's a wartime general. Like in the movie, he has so much war. Like this is all this economic war, like the Donald Trumps in this World Cup. It's like really hard. It's like war. You have to get your heritage. Like you give away the money. You don't know what for, and then you're really ragey because economy is like Ayn Rand told you is the real space of the hyperhuman. So it's objectivistically true that Elon Musk or Donald J. Trump are just superhumans because look at Ayn Rand's theory. If you know it, you know it. They are the best. It doesn't really matter. You just get the money, then you are the best. So it's really good. So love those guys. Yeah, they're super gods and they know the story and they always win in the end. It's always very good. So the Red Harrison Skullface Crow, the Hulk star, I don't know, the real American Hulk, the real Hulk, no, the Donald J. Trump impersonate Harrison Ford gets really angry about his daughter, and his daughter is not seeing him. Now he's not angry about the daughter. What was he angry about? He's just angry all the time because Elon Musk put some gamma rays, which is the metaphor for money in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you say gamma rays, it means just cash money. So Elon Musk gave him cash money, and so he bought his heart. So that's what it says because his heart would have stopped beating. So yeah, his campaign wouldn't have been going so well if Elon Musk didn't pay for it and did all the AI stuff or whatever he did. Who cares? It's in the movie and it's all optional. So you never know is he good guy, bad guy. In the end, Elon Musk, the alien guy with the brain, very ugly guy, very terrible guy. You should not trust him. But he has all the money and intelligence, so you use him for the super cause. And Harrison Ford, when he just calls his daughter Trump, the missing Trump girl, and she says, "Oh, did Vladimir Putin kidnap you? I love you so much." And he says, "No, I'm just playing Call of Duty, and I want to burn down the Eiffel Tower." And then Donald Trump says, "No, no, I'm Ghost Recon 2000." And then he says, "No, no, I'm General Shepard. You'll find me in the museum." And then she says, "Oh, wait, maybe they have a bomb in Hamburg, and it's gonna be the end game, and the Russian will invade Europe, and then we can finally still do our X super plan and destroy the whole world. It would be so great. Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah, why not? Not, but we are back to a corner. So yes, we do it. Oh, let's do it. Pang, pang, pang. Team America. Fuck yeah. So yeah, this is probably a version of the story. But if you don't feel dutified, you don't have to do it. It's not needed. You can just not do it because actually, when I just say it and then it's not happening, that's the whole point of the Oedipus omen stigma, blah blah blah. You know. So this didn't happen. So now we are in a different universe where the MCU movies just bullshit. It is not really interesting because like post propaganda only works if nobody ever says it is post propaganda. So I did it. So now it's gone. It's nobody can enjoy it anymore. Not even the U.S. military, because if you just see what I said, it's not a piece of making you think anything anymore because you just think, oh, this person here just talked so much crap about it and it sounded interesting and you watch it and you don't even see what I said and you think, hey, this is wrong. But now you think about me instead of the movie, and that is so always the solution. But if you think about the movie, you think like the American military forces, and then you become a general of the United States NATO power arm. So you won't, and this is a very ontological argument, which I made continuing the work of Gilles Deleuze and the law of iteration and the connectedness and Jean-Luc Nancy and very different theoretical approaches, some Donna Haraway, and especially thankful to Legacy Russell and glitch theory, which is just amazing. And also to my favorite artist in the end, Horst Lieber, and to my best political friend. And I think, yeah, this is my rendition. And don't watch Brave New World because it's about they are stealing love from the Indian Ocean. That's the story. Just to make you give you a little more fun about it, because there's the adamantium, which is the most flexible element in the world. It's love, and it was buttered from the Indian Ocean in ancient times by the Asians. But now the US or the Japanese, like two rival kind of Nazi-inspired powers, try to get it, and then they wah, 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 and it's about stealing love, and Donald J. Trump wants to control love for everyone, and Elon Musk, he doesn't need love, but he has all the money, and the Japanese are just losers. Fuck them. So they are smashed by the Hispanic and the black guy, like by themselves. Two American soldiers like can take Howard Japan down. This is a historic reminder. Two, how many atomic bombs? It doesn't matter. So yeah, if you like post propaganda and follow it all, I would like to see a video on the Call of Duty series, because this is even more military based than the MCU movies, which also feature a lot of just pissing on colonized people, which is also is a secondary topic. Like, because one topic is making propaganda in this just sense, and the other part is just pissing on the graves of the colonized and making fun of their ancestry, and inverting their roles in history and making them allies of the United States of America. So yeah, this is going to be great. I'm really looking out for Black Panther Forever, where he will write ICBM into I don't know, maybe maybe to Wakanda himself, because the black people betrayed the black people. Yeah, okay, he could join forces with this wonderful like, was it a Pakistani girl? It was kind of, or was it? No, it was an Indian girl, but it was not a Pakistani girl. No, and she was in Great Britain, and so she was really a British girl. So that's good, but she was colored. Oh wow, but it's okay. There's a in Indian Spider-Man in the multiverse. So yeah, if you ever go to the Netherlands, don't smoke too much weed. It's not good for a brain mesh. If you already feel like your information is disconnected and you cannot make any sense of life, don't use it. Only use it for doing arts and having fun, but in a very practical way, like doing stuff, or use it for if you want to join like a liberal party. That were my words, and I wish you a good night and have fun with your daily dose of PP, which I will be the technological terminology for post propaganda. It's PP, PEE, PEE. So yeah, it is PP, and in German it will be PP too with four E's. So yeah, if you watch PP,